Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1971 Olympia SM9 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany, and the second best typewriter of all time in my opinion, behind the Hermes 3000. A lot of people will rank this as number one because of the durability, smoothness. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. These are your margins. This is your left margin. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one around 70-ish. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back and extends. And this is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, which skips 2 half spaces. When you have it in the middle, it skips 3 half spaces, and when you have it all the way down, it skips 4 half spaces. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that down to the orange indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle on the white indicator, it prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the blue indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Flawless. Near mint condition, the whole typewriter all the way around. Functionality, cosmetically, machine, mechanical. It's got beautiful pica number 67 typeface, prints 10 characters per inch. Unique typeface, one of the most popular. It's very unique. I wouldn't say that unique looking, but it's very eligible to read, legible, however you pronounce that word. Right. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. Flip that forward, it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. You put the color back on black and flip this down for now. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. On the left side here is your tab set and clear. The difference between the SM8 and the SM9 is the SM9 has a tab set and clear on the keyboard, and the SM8 has tabs on the back here that you manually set. So if you have tabs on the back right here, then you have an SM8. If you have a tab set here or near the keyboard, then you have an SM9. This is the newer version that switched it over to the left side. The older versions have it on next to the space bar. So right now we have tabs set on 10 space intervals, but I'm just going to go ahead and clear all of them by flipping this switch on the right side to the front. And it should clear all those tabs. Very good. It's got a nice break, but I always like to set a tab somewhere in the middle, so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. By flipping this switch up to the plus sign there, sets a tab. And as you can see, it stops at that spot to clear that one specific tab and not all of them. Just flip the switch down to the minus sign. So that clears one tab, this clears all tabs, and this sets the tab. And we're going to keep one right there. Backspace on the right side, very smooth. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button, it does allow you to type past that all the way to the end. Very good. This is your carriage lock. You flip that up, it will lock the carriage in the middle. Also locks the keys. To unlock it, just flip it down like that. The hood opens like a car hood. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right if you want to switch that direction manually. The side you want it to go to, there's a little switch behind the spool on either side, and the ribbon wraps around it. And if you swap it like that, it'll pull to that side. And that's meant to catch the eyelet at the end of the ribbon, which is a little metal piece at the end of the ribbon, to automatically reverse the direction when it comes to the end. And if you don't have an eyelet or it's not pulling on that correctly, then you can tie a knot, and that usually fixes that problem. This is your touch control. All the way up to the minus sign is low tension. All the way down to the plus sign is the highest tension you can get, and everywhere in between. That just loads the spring that's connected to all the keys. That increases the tension. This does have a light touch compared to a lot of the other earlier Olympias like the SM3 and 4. So you do want to play with that to gauge your preference as far as touch control goes. Carriage release on both sides. Some SM9s don't have a carriage release on both sides. Some of them only have it on the right. This one has one on both sides. And all SM8s have one on the right side only and none on the left. This is your paper support arm switchblade. Really cool. Carriage release on the left. Smooth as butter. And if you pull out the knob on the left side and turn it, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. The same concept with the line space selector pushed all the way back, disables the spacing. Push it forward, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space, and that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.